Greetings, warriors. Today we're diving into a topic that most people dread: loneliness. But by the end of this video, I want you to look at it differently. I want you to see loneliness not as a curse, but as a tool, a weapon to shape yourself into something stronger. That's right. We're turning loneliness into power and turning solitude into a game changer. Loneliness doesn't break you. It reveals what's left inside when the world goes silent. Understanding loneliness versus solitude. Let's first break down what loneliness is. When we're surrounded by people, family, friends, or partners, we often feel a sense of fulfillment. But when these people are not around, that feeling quickly turns into sadness, depression, or even despair. It's a feeling that no one cares, that no one's got your back. Why does this happen? Because you've handed over the key to your happiness to others. You allowed them to control how you feel, and when they're not there, you're left stranded. Happiness that depends on others is like a castle built on sand. When the tide changes, it crumbles. But here's where you take back your power. When you practice solitude, you're alone, but you're not lonely. Solitude means finding fulfillment, joy, and purpose within yourself. You're the one calling the shots. No one else decides how you feel, and no one else dictates your worth. That's the difference. Loneliness is a void that others can fill. Solitude is a fortress you build for yourself. From void to victory, reframe loneliness. Now, most people see being alone as a sign of weakness. But think about it. If you come into this world alone and you leave alone, why not use that time alone to become the strongest version of yourself? Take a moment to reflect. When you're alone, there's no pressure to perform, no expectations to meet. You can just be you. That's when your true self emerges, and that's when you can start working on becoming even better. Use loneliness as training time. When others see emptiness, see opportunity. When others run away from it, you step into it. That's your edge. When you're alone, you have the perfect chance to reflect on your strengths, identify your weaknesses, and strategize your next move. Greatness isn't forged in comfort. It's sculpted in the silence of solitude, where the only voice you hear is your own. Turn solitude into power. Here's how you can turn loneliness into power. Build emotional resilience. Don't wait for others to make you feel better. Learn to soothe your own emotions. When you can face sadness and overcome it by yourself, you become emotionally unshakable. When you master your emotions, the storms within can no longer control the calmness of your sea. Create a daily routine. Structure your day with activities that build you up. Exercise, self-improvement tasks, and hobbies. The more control you have over your day, the less you need others to validate your worth. Discipline is your greatest ally in solitude. It's the art of building a fortress, one small brick at a time. Practice self-reflection. This is where solitude beats loneliness every time. Sit down with a notebook and ask yourself tough questions. What do I want in life? What are my goals? What's holding me back? Then plan your comeback. The time you spend facing yourself is time invested in becoming invincible. Train like a warrior. Use this time to master a new skill, build your body, or hone your mind. Remember, no one can distract you from your growth. Take advantage of that. There's no battle more fierce than the one fought alone, where every sweat, every sacrifice builds a warrior within. Realign your focus. Loneliness is freedom. Don't see loneliness as something negative. It's pure freedom. No social expectations, no noise. When you're alone, your time is your own. You can read, create, meditate, train, do whatever builds you up. This is when the mud of society's expectations settles and you see who you truly are. Like a diamond that forms under pressure, you can forge yourself into something unbreakable. The sharpest swords are not crafted in crowded forges. They are honed in the lonely flames of discipline and grit. When you start to see loneliness this way, it becomes a tool for self-mastery. Time alone becomes an opportunity to sharpen your edge, strengthen your will, and develop a mind of steel. Solitude isn't a punishment. It's the training ground for your greatest self. Build a fortress inside. The strongest warriors are not those who always have a crowd cheering for them, but those who can walk the path alone and stay unbroken. When the world is against you and you're standing alone, that's when your true power awakens. Build a fortress inside that no one can penetrate. Focus on self-mastery. That means learning to love your own company, to be your own motivation, and to stand tall, even when there's no one to applaud your efforts. When you become your own hero, your shadow no longer follows, it leads. Instead of running away from loneliness, embrace it. Learn to love your own company, because the strongest version of yourself will rise in solitude. So when people come, let them come. When they leave, let them go. But stay rooted in your purpose, unshaken and unstoppable. Use your time wisely. Grow every day. If you ever feel loneliness creeping in, flip the script. Tell yourself, this is my time to get stronger, my time to rise above. Use that empty space to grow, to train, and to evolve. Embrace solitude, train like a warrior, and when you return, you'll come back transformed, sharper, stronger, and more powerful than ever. Here are a few practical tips to maximize your solitude. Set personal goals. Create daily, weekly, and monthly targets for yourself. Be ambitious. Keep a journal. Document your thoughts, ideas, and experiences. Let it become a map of your growth. Meditate. Practice mindfulness to clear your mind and strengthen your focus. Push your limits. Learn something challenging, be it a new language, skill, or even just a tough workout routine. In solitude, every small victory is a building block for greatness. So, warriors, turn that loneliness into your weapon and let it carve out the legend you are meant to be. Embrace solitude and make it your greatest ally. Remember, alone doesn't mean weak. Alone means independent, strong, and unbreakable. Stand tall, stay strong, and remember, your greatest power is within you. Until next time, peace out, warriors.